I am Ugly Money Nietzsche. Welcome to yet another episode of the Ugly Money Podcast. And my special guest of the evening, Simpson Road Zone. You might have seen him on the west side here and there. A&R for Atlanta City Records. Mover and shaker in the industry. And somebody that I respect a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, show your love for Page J. What's up, my brother?
What's going on, boss?
The question that everybody wants to know is who was Paid Jake before Paid Jake was Paid Jake?
Well, shit. To be starting off of, I did 2 years of business. Went right now currently at Berkeley College. But before all of that, I was doing pest control.
So you was roaches, Jake?
Yeah. I was doing pest control. I was spraying bugs. That was a profession. That's what I wanted to go into. You know, I never thought that I would go into the music business until my cousin Baby D was like, man, you so organized, come manage me.
Wow. And
I wasn't even thinking about starting up a record label, nothing like that. And he was like, man, you should start a record label. And it just took off from there. This is about 2 years ago. My record label been in business about 2 years.
Dope. Now, we gotta go back to the pest control. You gotta tell me a story, the worst roach story you ever had in your life. You know what I'm saying? You gotta talk to me about the roaches.
All right, so so I've had to go into a crawl space full of rats before.
Rats.
Rats.
Just a whole bunch of rats.
Infestation of rats.
Ew.
Yeah. Piss, urine, shit everywhere.
What does it smell like?
Like sewage.
It's.
Yeah.
And it was in somebody's house?
In somebody else.
Let me tell you something. I had took a trip to Myrtle Beach. Mm-hmm. Not Myrtle Beach. Hilton Head. I went to Hilton Head 2 weeks ago. I was in the I just got into my room, and I heard the person. You know how the walls be thin, and the person said, "Bed bugs." Boy, listen. I left, nigga. I went straight back to Atlanta. Like it's really real when them things get in there and they get to multiplying and stuff like.
Oh yeah.
And so infestation of rats. That was the worst infestation.
Infestation of rats.
Now I know that we didn't come on this show to talk about roaches and rats and stuff, but you know I'm interested in it. I'm
it's
with.
all good. I tell you.
In Atlanta, there's different type of roaches in Atlanta.
Of course.
You got the little bitty roaches that run when the light come on. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Now come on, in the hood, right? We got the little itty bitty roaches that squirt around.
Right.
What is them big ass roaches that just act like they live there when they crawl up their wall? They about that big, they kind of red, they look like they got like armor on their back. What is them roaches?
You got like 7 different kinds. So you got 7 different kind of roaches. You got 7 different kind of, but the cockroaches overall.
They're cockroaches. Okay, so the cockroaches and the little fast ones, them some other shit. Them some West Side roaches. That's what them. Hey man, so making the transition from pest control to music. Talk to me about that.
All right, so it started like anybody else, just moving up, working the clubs. You gotta act like an artist in order to know how artists move.
Facts.
Getting into the business a little bit more. It's a business. You know, you can either play the game. When I first started, it was either tell me you either playing the game, the music game, or you in the music business. You either playing the music game or you playing the music business. Well, I'm saying it a little bit wrong, but you either in the music game or you in the music game. Whatever. But for the most part, just every corner, every crack, anything I was being able to get into, I jumped into. I quit my job a year in, and then I went full throttle. Once I quit my job, I figured out. I was following Carlos Brown for a little while.
Shout out Carlos.
And I was watching him. I didn't even know about certain things. I had to I had to do a lot more research. I literally had to, but it's a business nonetheless.
How scary was that to quit your job and go straight music full time? Because that's like stepping out on faith.
It was a little nervous because I'm not gonna lie to you. I took risks. And I did get put out. I'm not gonna lie. I got put out. I got put out of my crib. But
no more roaches. You gotta go.
I got put out of my crib. I tried to start my own club. I tried to start a lot of stuff, but I failed like dramatically because I didn't know what's this, what's that, and I tried to do it, but then I had to go back to doing what I know best. I went back to pest control, and then I started again.
Back to the ropes.
Yeah. I started again, and then that's when I started. I ended up getting a job at Sony, working with a Sony A&R. And then I ended up meeting an A&R from Alamo, and I started working under them. And once I started working under them, it just kind of took off.
Now, when you say you got so were you doing pest control while you met Sony? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I guess you had the network, you know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
moving around?
Yep. So 7 days a week, day in, night in. I work through the day, and then I'll be in the clubs at night, probably up until like 3 a.m. in the morning. So
The hell out of them roaches.
it's like just going in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I worked through the day doing my pest control and everything like that, and then at night I was in the music scene. I started out. This started out when I was. I started out at Loud House. I started moving around. Like they started inviting me to a lot bigger places, and then that's when I started doing my own events and coordinating my own tours. These are things that I didn't know literally anything about, so I had to catch on real fast. I didn't even know what a PR was at the time. You know.
Now, a lot of people think that the music industry is all glitz and glamour, and it's all money and great times and parties and things. What are some common misconceptions that artists have about the music industry? I'm gonna let you answer that one. You might be here for a while, ladies and gentlemen.
That things are supposed to be free. I will say that just because you make a connection with somebody, that they feel as if it's supposed to be free. Just because you make a connection with somebody, it's just like when you go in. I can go into a store and be cool with an Arab all day, but that don't mean he's gonna give me that piece of candy for free, even if it's 10 cents. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they misconcept it as something else. It's still a business at the end of the day, and if you're running something like a business, it's gonna run like that. You know what I mean? So,
Respect. Now, a wise man that I know, he has a saying: "Free is too expensive." And I took it and ran with it. Shouts out DJ such and such. Why do you think that artists in particular think that services in the music industry are free? Because, I mean, when the artist breaks, there is obviously millions and millions of dollars to make, and they're not going to do anything free. So why on the come up do you think why do you think, where's that thought process come that, oh, bro, you should fuck with me, bro? The infamous fuck with me, bro.
I get that a lot.
I'm pretty sure you
get that a lot. I get that a lot. So, I'm thinking that they have the misconception of they already feel as if they could potentially, not necessarily. Let me say it. Let me rephrase it. So they have a misconception of things. Okay, so they may look at bigger artists that have things going on, but they don't know the behind the scenes of it. You know what I mean? So they don't know that artist still has to pay for this. They may not be paying for it, but their record label or someone that's pushing them, or someone that has a percentage or owns something that belongs to that artist, is making it free for that artist.
Wow.
So he doesn't have to do anything because he's a superstar, but maybe 5 years down the line, he may have signed a deal where he has to pay $2 million back off of this. So yes, I'm gonna push you out. Yes, I'm gonna push you out, and I'm gonna do it for free. I'm not necessarily doing it for free, but I'm gonna make sure you look good while doing it. I'm gonna make sure the check runs all the way up. Perception is everything.
Respect. Now, might get you in some trouble with this one. What do you're an A&R for Atlanta City, correct?
Yeah, it's Atlanta City Records.
Yeah. What do labels look for?
4 things.
Okay.
All right. And
Give us some game.
Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm not hitting the head on.
I'm learning. I'm here to learn. I'm here to learn something.
So, just in my previous experiences, first thing first. Of course, it's a 80-20. It's 80% business and 20% music.
Okay.
Just tell me if I'm wrong.
I
At
hear no
any
lies,
point in
I hear no
time,
lies.
80% business, 20% music. Of course, it's good to have marketable music. Just because you have a good song, that doesn't mean that it's marketable. That doesn't mean that everybody in the room will want to listen to what you have going on. You know what I mean? Just because you rap, you may rap flow good, but I may not like rap. I may feel like the type of rap that you do is disrespectful. You know what I mean? Second thing, streams, views, and downloads matter. That does matter. It matters. It's a perception type situation. If I see it's a perception type of situation. If I can look at something and I see 1,000 streams, views, or downloads, I'm going to turn away from it. But if I see something that has millions or 100,000 of views, it makes you want to tune in and see what's more going on. You know what I'm saying? But that third thing kind of counts it off a little bit more because guess what? What is your revenue sheet showing? Ooh. So are you backing up what you're putting out? So meaning like, okay, hey, can you come in and show me where you made the revenue of those streams, views, and downloads? Are you making money off of the shows that you're going to? Are you being able to show where you make revenue? Not necessarily, even if you are making revenue off of your merch or whatever you're selling or producing out to the public, can you show it on documented paper? It's a business. When I go into if I'm taking this into a label, you can tell me all day, I just sold 10 million shirts, but you can show me money all day, but is it on paper? It's just like a bank. And the fourth thing is your paperwork. Do you even have your paperwork copyrighted? Do you even have your publishing, royalties, any of those type of things in order to make someone be like, okay, if you're putting and producing something into the public, is it copyrighted? Do you even know how to copyright your music? Do you even know how to register your music, to even encode your music to put it on the radio or any other platforms that's out here? You know what I mean? So, or even get the maximum amount of payout that you need from across seas. Do you even know about neighboring rights? You know what I mean? So it's so much in depth that comes into the music business. Are you playing the game or are you in the business?
You know, it's crazy because not once did you say bars or talent or I'm the hottest nigga out here, bro, as I hear a lot, or whatever. You didn't say none of those things. A lot of the things you were talking about was business. So labels look for business, of course, before they look for music. Of course.
Well, so
go ahead.
Do you disagree?
No, I don't disagree. I'm just telling you that they got it for free for you because they're going to pay me $1,000 to come and tell me that shit. So luckily, if y'all watch this episode of the Ugly Brother Podcast, you got a free one, boy, because I'm telling you, I'm not giving you that game for free. Shouts out to Paige Drake. No, continue, bro.
But no, that's just the more, just what I've been through, what I've seen. When I've walked into different labels, I was just in New York not even too long ago. So when I walked into those labels and, just to even sit down and have a conversation, I have a direct deal with myself with Sony Orchard. So that's a 3-year deal. You know what I mean? They didn't say they didn't want to just give me this. I had to show things, I had to prove things, I had to do what needed to be done. So
talk to me about Atlantic City Records and what you guys' goals are and aspirations in the future.
So, first thing first, we are about to push out this summer. I do have some fine artists that are coming out. Right now, we've already signed 2 artists. We will be signing 3 artists. We will be signing a 3rd artist, either May 27th. To let me get you signed too.
Yes, sir.
And I'm looking for 5 artists to push. To push out. Now,
it's a hell of a budget.
That is a budget.
I like that shit, boy. We
got a budget, and we got a couple of things coming. We have tours coming up in the summer. This summer is going to be very fun-filled for Atlanta City Records. And this is one of my artists that came with me.
Already, what's your name, brother?
I go by Rising Legacy. Yeah.
Rising Legacy. Now, out of all the artists that come across Paige Jake's desk, which is a lot, what do you think Mr. Legacy set you apart to get you a situation where you got signed?
It's about branding, like having a brand. Like he said, it's about a business. So, to push your brand out, you gotta treat it as a business, and that's really it. Like,
So your business acumen, you think is what sets you apart from other people that may come across as that?
right, I already came with it. It was like I've been thinking on this for like 2 years, so it was just time, like, to make it happen.
No doubt. Where you from?
I'm from West Palm Beach, Florida.
West Palm Beach, Florida. Florida boy.
Yeah.
Florida boy. So Jake, tell me about this. Get you signed.
Oh, let me get you signed.
Let me get you signed too. Situation. What you got going on with that?
It's a 2-day event. It's May 26th, May 27th. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I had only been doing 1-day events so far. So, like I say, I do take inspiration from the people that are around me. You know what I mean? I see how Ugly Money Meets does his. I was like, oh, shit.
Man,
I'm gonna be honest with you.
You're too kind, man. You're too kind.
I was like, can I pull off a 2-day event? You know what I mean? I've been doing events for a good minute, but I never pulled off a 2-day event. You know what I mean? I've worked tours, but for him to be able to do what he was doing, I was like, well, I seen that it inspired me.
Appreciate it.
You know what I mean? So, but not to mention, we'll have QC Baby Coach there. We'll have Swine
Shouts
back
out.
there. And a lot of people know about Swine back, but I know some artists, they be acting like they don't. You know what I mean?
Plug for real.
Yeah. Making it mad.
Shouts out my boy. Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
we will have some special guests in the building. I have some of my own special guests from Sony and Universal in the building. And it's just a big networking event. So as well as someone will win a $10,000 record deal.
Dog. Now that's what it's all about, man. Bridging the gap. You know what I'm saying? Getting people to the next level. What are some keys to success? Because you have been in this a short time, but you've had a level of success that a lot of people have not attained. You know what I'm saying? That might have been in this game 15, 20 years. What are some things that you did that helped catapult your career as quick as it's gone up in a short period of time?
Well, first thing first, your partners that you brand yourself on. First, don't give up on yourself. I'll say that.
Talk about it.
But second thing, I partnered with some great partners, some great business partners that surrounded themselves. I didn't hang around. I mean, you have to change up things. Perception is everything. Your marketing is everything. And you got to know who you're going to, what you're going to, and how you want to do it when you're pushing out. It just takes it from there. I'll say this: it's not bad to watch somebody else and not necessarily mimic what they do, because you can't technically you can't mimic somebody. You can try to do what somebody else does, but you don't know the back end things or budget that they have going on. So you put it in your own perspective and you come up with your own ideas. But don't, just because you see something is low at this month, it could be high at another month. You know what I mean? So I mean, just not giving up. But I have to be honest with you, one dude, somebody, Ray Daniels, he said this to me one day.
Says I Ray.
And it stuck with me. It actually changed everything that I had going on. It was just, I used to just run everything by myself. Run everything. And I used to, I took on this, and this kind of consumed my whole life, my personal life and everything like that. I had to surround myself with other bosses in order to go where I needed to go.
Damn right.
You know what I mean? So once I did that, and shouts out to my business partner. I got a good amount of them, you know what I mean? And even though they run other record labels, that doesn't mean I'm in competition with them or anything like that. I got Jamaz Hall. I got Cutter. I'm working with a good amount of people. I got Sale. I'm working with a good amount of people that kind of just been around, that plays their part. You know what I mean?
It's team sport.
They not trying to get into my business. They trying to get into they got their own stuff. And, and a couple people that I just kind of came across that's been kind of helping me out a lot, like Angela. So I appreciate them, but they have made it a lot easier for me to go move where I'm trying to move to.
Now, this is the Ugly Money Podcast, and we salute the process of success, everything between your first dollar and your first million. Okay. That's ugly money. It's the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows. Tell me about a point in your life. You don't got exactly be in your career, but a point in your life that you fell down and you had to find a way to get back up, and how'd you do it? I'll be having questions, dog. I do
Yeah,
this.
you do.
Like, I gotta reevaluate my life 1 second.
So I'll tell you this. I had got a house. I was living in a big house, a nice house. I had a BMW. I was doing good. And I promise you, I went from I couldn't live in the house, I couldn't afford the house I was living into, and then I moved down, downgraded to I think a 2005 Toyota.
Mm-hmm.
And because I couldn't afford to pay, I not paid my bills, but I had already bought the BMW out, but I couldn't afford to keep it up.
Respect.
And I was trying to because I was just trying to chase my dream. Yeah, it was rough. But at the same time, I'm like this. I came up with another concept for myself. $100 a day. If you make $100 a day for 365 days a year, you'll be at $3,600. The same thing that you'll be working for somebody else. So if you double that and it said 200, you'll be making over 70,000. If you triple that, you make $300 at 365 days, you'll be over 100,000 a year. You can put yourself in a different situation. Just make sure you maintain and put yourself at certain goals that you want to be successful at.
Respect. Now, you said something right there, because a lot of people look at those that are successful and think it's overnight. You think it's, you just popped up out of nowhere, just popped in and everything just fell in your lap and you didn't grind and everything. And, it's always funny to me because I think I'm probably a 15-year veteran in this and maybe just now starting to recoup some of the investments that I made in my past career. Is this an overnight process? And just give some. Well, I know you know it's not. But just give some light on the process of just becoming who you're supposed to become or who you're meant to become in life.
Well, the process. I'll say this. Make goals for yourself.
Come on.
Even if you're just an artist and you like, okay, your goal could be just to make 100,000 streams in 2 months. Make goals for yourself. You know that you have a goal that you want to obtain or a passion. Take the chance, take the opportunity. You have to. It's like when you go to the military and they have to break you down to rebuild you back up. If you are still stuck in the same ways of everything that you're doing on a regular basis while you were doing it and you wasn't successful at it, then I think you just need a reset. Put yourself in a position where you have no choice but to get it. Have no choice but to thrive for it. And you'll get it. You'll get it. If you don't, then you ain't working hard enough.
That's dope. No, that's dope. Man, brother, I wish you the most success on your events. I know you're going to be fine. You don't need no luck because you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And you will soon see just how much planning goes in a multiple day event. So I look forward, and I'm definitely going to try to slide by. What can we expect in the future from Paid Jake and your company?
So I do have 3 companies. I'm going to be, of course, I already know Atlanta City Records is going to have artists, and I'm looking to get some of my artists signed to some major record labels, to be honest with you. But the second thing is we will be doing management as well as other services on Paid Jake Enterprises. And I also have an investment company, Welch Investments. We will be taking place in helping artists kind of build that thing that they need, like, their own business and structuring it out to where they being able to build their credit on that business as well as their personal, and moving forward to a better light of putting themselves in a better situation instead of asking somebody else to.
Respectfully. And let these folks know how they can reach out to you. Where to follow you at before we get out of here.
Paid.Jake_.
Simple enough.
Yep.
You, brother?
Rising Legacy all together. RISINGLGCY.
Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned to that event, man. It's definitely gonna be a dope one, and I'm gonna definitely try to be in. I'm gonna be in the building. Forget that, man. Just give me a pack of Black and Miles and a bottle of water. You can follow me at Ugly Money Nietzsche. That's Ugly Money Niche. Remember, the bigger the dream, the bigger the risk, the bigger the payoff. This has been the Ugly Money Podcast with AJ. Salute.